I feel like a born-again football virgin, but it's time to do it all over again. So let's get straight to a Nottingham Forest match preview. First game of the season. Cannot wait. Welcome back to another video on the channel, Newcastle fans. If you are new to Black and White Banter, make sure you drop down now, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and please, honestly, those likes go a long way to get us up that search bar, just so a couple more people can watch. And if you like my opinion, you'll be notified every single time a video gets posted. And get us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you haven't already as well, at Black and White Banter. What a glorious day. It's Friday, the birds are singing. It's pre-match day eve for the first time in forever. And I don't know why, but every single time the season starts, you just feel excited all over again. I'm 30 years old now. I've been here. I've done it many times before, but there's something different in the air. This is what the new owners and Eddie Howe have created. Yes, the transfer window maybe hasn't gone as amazingly attacking-wise as what we would have liked so far, and it's been a bit of a slow week. But generally speaking, every single man and their dog and woman and their dog cannot wait to get inside that stadium, have a pint beforehand, watch the war flags display, and just be part of something again. And that is what we need to remember, Newcastle fans. It is magical to be a Newcastle fan again. We have ambition, hope, and excitement on a Friday afternoon. This time last year, we were just hoping, new season, let's just hope we survive. No. So here we are. First review of match preview of the season. So I cannot wait to get started on this one. Many more videos to come as the season goes on. Nottingham Forest. Now, when the fixtures got released, my first thought was good start. Could be worse. Could get a massive team to really get a bit of a spanking sometimes on the first game. But Nottingham Forest at home. A home tie is always great. But there's also probably a better time to play newly promoted sides. I think it's fair to say, looking at previous history, teams who come up for the first time, or in Nottingham Forest's case, the first time in a very long time, they have a spring in the step. The fans are excited, the players are excited, the manager's excited. And there's that, wow, we are not scared of you, we are not scared of anyone. So are Nottingham Forest going to be an easy fixture tomorrow? No. But again, on paper, not a bad game. So, the opposition. Very similar to season us in last year, similar season us last year in many respects, as weird as that might sound. Under Chris Hughton at the start of the championship season, Nottingham Forest were down and out. They were right at the bottom of the championship table. They'd had no wins, I think no points in 6. Literally no one could believe. Obviously Hughton did such a good job for us. He was not very liked in that part of the country, in the Nottingham area. Cooper comes in. I don't think the Forest fans were too excited about him. And wow, look what he's done. He's managed to get them from the bottom of the table to the top 6 of the championship and see them promoted in the playoff final, which I'm sure a lot of you watched. It was nothing short of remarkable. Very similar to how our season went. Down and out in November under Steve Bruce and co. New owners came in, still no massive change in fortunes. Eddie Howe comes in, gets a grip on the team, and what Eddie Howe did for us, again, was nothing short of remarkable. So we've had 2 similar seasons. Underdog stories really doing remarkable things for their teams in Cooper and Eddie Howe. Now, Nottingham Forest's recruitment policy this season has been a little bit, well, it's been vast. They've signed, I think, 14 players in total, which previous history in the Premier League would suggest that's maybe not a good thing, because the core of that team maybe gets lost. I watched Cooper's interview where he defended himself and said they'd lost 5 players who they had on loan and transfers that have gone out. Contracts were up to some of the squads, so they've only just added to who they've lost. I don't see it like that at all. I think Cooper's just saying that because he has to. I think Nottingham Forest will play a lot of their new players tomorrow, and it will be a slightly different team to what we know. They lost Spence, who was fantastic for them. They lost the goalkeeper. He went abroad, who was another brilliant player for them. Obviously, they've got some standout signings, and there's one we have to touch on straight away in Jesse Lingard. We were interested in him. I think West Ham were probably sniffing again. He's gone to Nottingham Forest for a reported £200,000 a week on a free transfer. A lot of eyebrows were raised. Why is he going to Nottingham Forest when there was much bigger teams, probably across the world, interested in him? For me, I think it's a free hit for Jesse Lingard. No disrespect to Nottingham Forest. He's going to get a shit ton of money in his back pocket. He's going to put himself in the shop window, and if they stay up, great. If they don't, he moves on because he's only on a 1-year contract. So To me, it makes sense, but he is going to be a danger man tomorrow. And that's why I'm mentioning him a little bit more detail. He's going to try and pull their strings. He's got a point to prove after not playing much football at Manchester United towards the back end of last season. And he is going to be a danger man. Whether Eddie Howe decides to set up kind of a man-marking system on him, I don't really think that's Eddie Howe's style. But I've got no doubts about it in our midfield tomorrow. Joe Linton will be told to put one on him. Probably early on. And I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping he literally sticks a crunching tackle. Obviously a fair crunching tackle in the first couple of minutes. As a way of saying, should have signed for the tune in January, mate, on your bike. So he's going to be a danger man for them. I am still confident going into this match now. Team for me, Eddie Howe's basically said in his press conference today, we have a fully fit squad almost to choose from, apart from Shelvey, who's got a knock. He's getting looked at in London. Manquillo's back in training, but probably won't be match fit. And I think Fernandez is the only one who wouldn't really be playing anyway, who's got a knock. So we have got a fully fit squad to be choosing from going into tomorrow's match. So I think, who's going to play in goal? I think it's going to be Nick Pope. It would be Nick Pope for me to see what he does. I love Dubravka. I don't want him to go. I know he's been linked elsewhere. But Nick Pope needs that opportunity to give Dubravka even a kick up the backside. But Nick Pope, he's a better goalkeeper on paper, you can argue. And he's an England international as well. And he's come in for a decent amount of money from Burnley. I think it's going to be Eddie Howe's first choice. He was linked with the goalkeeper in January and Dean Henderson. I don't think Eddie Howe sees Dubravka as his long-term number one. So I think he'll be in net. Trippier picks himself. Cannot wait to see him in the black and white in the Premier League again. Matt Targett picks himself at left-back. Now the centre-back positions, I would go for... It's difficult, isn't it? Botman, from what he's shown in pre-season at the weekend at St. James Park against Bilbao and Atlanta. Just Bilbao. Didn't play both games. But he looked composed, he looked brilliant. There was a couple of passes. His stats against Bilbao were absolutely incredible as well. I think he needs to be given a chance. I did talk about him being a one for the future coming in, but I think Eddie Howe's probably been surprised at how good he's looked in pre-season. Benfica, he looked solid. He looked very composed on the ball. And the sooner he gets the ball rolling for him, the better. And I think Nottingham Forest at home is not a bad game to do that. Who he plays with, for me, it's Fabian Schär. And I know there's going to be a lot of Dan Burn fans out there saying he doesn't deserve to be dropped. I agree. But I do not want two left-footed centre-backs as my centre-back partnership. Fabian Schär is another very composed, very solid defender for us under Eddie Howe. So that would be my centre-back first-choice partnership. If it doesn't work, we have so many options in Lascelles, Burn, Fernandez in that position. Even Paul Dummett's a shout for centre-back if he was really needed. So that would be my defence. Midfield, I think Joe Linton picks himself. I think Bruno, who I think is going to have a fantastic season this season, picks himself. I think Maximin picks himself as well. Eddie Howe will put him in from the start. I think Almiron, based off his pre-season form, I really hope he can now show us he can do it in competitive football as well as not just in pre-season. I think he picks himself. Now, who do you play in that role just behind Callum Wilson? Well, I don't think we have too many options right now. That's where Eddie Howe's wanting to strengthen. So for me, I would go with Joe Willock. Would John Joe Shelvey be in with a chance of starting if he was fit? I'm not so sure anymore. I think Shelvey is the one who's got to fight his way back into this team because of Joe Linton being an absolute brick shithouse, Bruno being the classy midfielder we need in our side. And then that forward position, do you play Bruno a bit further up top? I don't know whether he's going to be suited to that. I think he likes to drop deep. Joe Willock, for me, he picks himself. And I'm not saying Joe Willock is going to be a world beater. I don't think he's shown enough of us under Eddie Howe to suggest that. But I think he picks himself tomorrow. And then Callum Wilson up top. Please, Callum, stay fit. Please. So that's my team. I am very, very confident going into tomorrow's game. I think we showed the sort of form last season. There is no reason why we can't continue it. That amazing form that we had. Good pre-season, fully fit squad. The mentality and the team building in the camp from the pre-season footage that the club shared looks fantastic. It looks a great place to be. And let's just hope that carries in. And I want us to come out all guns blazing. And anyone watching this, Newcastle fans, tell me why we can't come out all guns blazing. No injuries, good ethic in the team, good pre-season. Let's continue where we left off the last game of the season last year. Let's just keep that momentum going. Why the hell not? So I'm going to go for score predictions. We are going to bring Maggie back for this season. My cherished, beautiful dog, who I actually got on the day that we signed Kieran Trippier. She's a toon dog through and through. So me and Maggie, I'm letting her pick who she thinks is going to win each match this season. She's actually gone for a draw. I was a little bit disappointed by that, wasn't I? But she's gone for a draw. So an early season draw. I'm going to back Maggie. I do fancy us to win, but I'm going to go with Maggie's prediction. Could be a score draw. Could be a tasty one with Nottingham Forest coming out flying. That's my predictions. Thank you very much, Maggie. If you are new to Black and White Banter, make sure you drop down, give us a like, give us a subscribe, get in the comments, let me know whether you're going to the game tomorrow, let me know what you think for the season, and if you are confident against Nottingham Forest, where, let's face it, there's no form, it's always a free crack first game of the season. So happy the season's back, and I haven't said that for years. I'll probably see you for a match review for tomorrow's game, hopefully 3 points better off with a flying start to the season. Away the lads.